Pelham. Pelham, you're supposed to count me in. What? Oh, hey. Hey, guys. As you undoubtedly have noticed, I am not Greg Tito, and I am super sorry to disappoint you, Monty Beth, but Greg is MIA. As a matter of fact, no one has seen him in at least a day. There are some rumors floating around, mainly spread by me. Most of them are not true, but I will be here and be your news guy today. So, as you may or may not know, this is really throwing me off. As you may or may not know, I rarely follow the rules on this thing. I'm definitely not going to read as much of the news as Greg does. Probably going to be way less on topic and on point, but Pelham did say that I get to give something away. So Pelham, what are we giving away today, just out of curiosity? And how does Greg have an emoji and I have no emoji? I need to talk to someone. I'm going to get on the... I'm the someone? I have to talk to me. Okay, never mind. I have just found out that I am the someone. This is a dangerous game we are playing. Okay, so how do we start this? What does Greg usually do? I'm going to look at the chat right here. What does Greg usually do? Does he read the news? No? No one knows. Okay. Well, you just got done watching Bart and the Dungeons and Doodles, and as always, Bart Carroll had a fun group in there. I particularly like the gelatinous cube on the couch, and I noticed a lot of people giving Todd Kendrick grief. So please continue to do that. That is fully endorsed by me. Let's talk about upcoming Wizards products. That's on the list. Nah, he doesn't read it at all. I knew it. Okay, so what's going on right now in the world? So, the big thing going on in Dungeons & Dragons right now, and hopefully this is not news to you, but Waterdeep Dragon Heist officially out everywhere. Everyone's got it. It's on the Amazon. It's at your friendly local friendly hood. It's at your game stores. I've even heard that it is on D&D Beyond and Fantasy Grounds. So, if you are not getting into Dragon Heist, you should definitely check it out. And this is why. And I quote, Newsweek said, "This is an amazing campaign for starting a new adventuring group in." That was not a quote at all. However, we are featured on Newsweek, and it is a great starting set. I think Kate and I were asked this question a while ago about where would you go after the starter set, and Dragon Heist is a great place. It's urban setting. It's got lots of role playing. You get into some fun stories right out of the gate. It's got some cameos from some great personalities in the D&D universe. You cannot go wrong with this product. Full disclosure, I work for Dungeons & Dragons. They pay me to say all this good stuff. However, I still love this product. So that's out. That's out and everywhere. The next big product that we have coming out, I say big, the next new, exciting tabletop RPG to get you going, especially if you want to play the higher levels, is Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That is due out to your hobby stores on November 2nd, which is the day before... Extra Life, I believe. I believe Extra Life is on November 3rd. So if you are not checking out the Extra Life stuff that we're doing, you totally should, because we're raising money for Children's Miracle Network, and that helps sick kids at children's hospitals around the United States. I personally am raising money for the Children's Hospital of Seattle. So I've been there several times. It's a lovely place. And they deserve a support, so it's a fun charity. So if you can donate money on that, you should. Mike Merrill's giving away a lot of cool stuff if you want to donate through him. A lot of our other team members have fun rewards. I'm going to be posting my rewards probably early next week, and I have some fun ones, including a spin on the wheel for spoilers and swag. So I've gone online and found a generator for like a Wheel of Fortune type wheel, and I'm putting in the spoils and the swag, and you can spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, you'll either get what the swag is, or we will unveil that particular spoiler. The spoilers, obviously I can't put what they are on the wheel, so I'm going to go like a code, like spoiler number 1, and then I'll go to my DM chart, and it'll say spoiler number 1 equals, and then I will spoil. So that's the plan there. Also, a lot of you guys wanted some sneak peeks, some early copies at upcoming stories or products. So we're going to have a reward tier that grants you playtest on an upcoming product. So there'll be some more news on this. Check out my Twitter. Listen to Bart Carroll. He'll help me spread this out because it's all in the name of Extra Life and raising money for the kids. You're right. Nathan is a hamster. Nathan is Boo. Is that good? So doesn't she work for Wizards? Oh man, I gotta stop reading the chat. Okay, what else is going on? We recently announced Dungeon Mayhem. If you guys have not seen that, check it out. Dungeon Mayhem is a new fast-paced card game. I call it a game like Uno. I'm pretty sure if I put the air quotes, it's not copyrightable. Like Uno crossed with the D&D. Fast-paced, fun, dealing damage left and right, healing up. We did a little mini version of it on the live stream. I believe Elwarius played and had a little bit of fun, even though we had some technical difficulties. Today, Shelly Moo and I demoed it for Matt Mercer. And as soon as we got done with the game, he goes, wow, that is fun. You're right. Let's play again. So he's taken that back to the Critical Role studio and going to play that with his friends from Critical Role, and they should love it. It's action-packed, Dungeons and Dragons card game. Basically, you want to be the last woman, man, elf, orc, wizard, paladin, rogue, or barbarian standing. The illustration style on it is fun and friendly, kind of meant for the whole family. And a gentleman from the community named Kyle Farron is who we worked with on the art style. So check it out. Dungeon Mayhem, super fun, super cool. I love the game. I have played it with my wife and daughter at home. My daughter's 5. She loves it, so that should tell you that it's fun for the whole family. Okay, what else? Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Honeybeth, sure, and I'm not a real human. Oh, gosh, I gotta stop reading that. Okay, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. So this is also coming out soon. So the Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage, I think that Obo was helping me out and telling people that's November 2nd for the core release, the wide release on November 13th. Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, Hobby Store release November 9th, wide release November 20th. Now, for those of you who don't know what Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica is, this is our first big, major, full product integration between Magic and Dungeons and Dragons. Magic right now is in Ravnica. They're back to Ravnica for a couple sets, and Ravnica is obviously one of the planes or the worlds in Magic the Gathering, and it is a plane that is basically entire urban city based. So it's got a lot of akin to the Waterdeep setting we're putting out. But the reason that we chose this one to jump in the pool in the deep end with Magic on was because the guilds offer such a fun mechanic, and Mike Merrills and his team have worked to come up with a really cool product. So this guide is part adventure but part kind of rules for players and DMs to play in a Magic world using the 5e mechanics as the baseline for that. So that comes out November 9th and then wide on the 20th. So if you at all love the beautiful fantasy worlds and guilds from Magic the Gathering's Ravnica setting, and you think Dungeons and Dragons is pretty cool, then it's like chocolate and peanut butter. And if you don't know anything that I'm talking about when I say guilds and Ravnica and Magic the Gathering, but you love D&D, still kind of a cool checkout because it's got some fun flavor. Now, both that and Dragon Heist will have dice sets coming out. The Dragon Heist dice set includes a cool life counter that we've shared a little bit on there, so hopefully you've seen that on the website. And then the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica has a really cool oversized D10 that every side of the D10 is a different guild symbol from Ravnica. So that is pretty slick. Uno is just expensive, crazy 8s. Okay, fine. It's like crazy 8s crossed with D&D. Boom. Another thing I heard this week, Rick and Morty versus D&D. So let me find that on the news thing. Well, I cannot find it, but I will tell you what I know. Oh, Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragons, issue number 1, out now from IDW Publishing and Oni Press. Patrick Rothfuss and Jim Zub. If you do not follow both of those folks on Twitter, you should. A, they're really cool people. B, their Twitters are pretty entertaining. So definitely check them out. But they worked on this, so it's really funny and really spot on. Illustrator Troy Little, I think, does a great job in Rick and Morty. And each issue in the miniseries will feature variant covers. There's like 20 different covers, or 16 or 8 or 10. I don't know what it is. You got to look it up. But Hillary's got them out on her desk, and it is fun. They definitely, Rick and Morty and D&D are from the same mother. Grandmother, cousin. They're definitely in the same humor vein. They're kind of, if you like D&D and haven't checked out Rick and Morty, it's worth a look. And this comic is a great way to do it, because I think that the Patrick and Jim have done a good job capturing D&D in there. And I know most of you guys are thinking, why is he working on these projects? He's supposed to be writing his 3rd book. I'm sure he's heard that a million times. I'm not going to be the one who says it. What else? Gosh, where is Pelham? Pelham, tap on the wall if you're over there. All right, Pelham told me to talk about Beadle and Grimm's Dragon Heist Platinum Edition. So, who knows what this is? Obo, do you know what this is? This is amazing. So, this is how it went down. I'm going to tell you guys the true story. We were at the Stream of Annihilation in Seattle, Washington, and Mr. Matthew Lillard and his gaming crew came up as Greg Tito and Liz were talking to them about some different things, and they came up and played on the stream. And Matthew and I went and got coffee, and he goes to me and Liz and he goes, "Here's what I want to do," and he basically describes the Beadle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse, where they want to make really cool bespoke crates, tapping into their expertise in film and television and props and the accoutrement that goes on with making a cool game or a cool experience at the table. And they're making really cool, fun, bespoke elements. First thing they're doing is taking an adventure and blowing it out into like a deconstructed version, so that the DMs have better access and have things that they can share more readily with the players. They're making it a lot more user-friendly. You don't want to destroy your book, so they've destroyed the book for you and then put it on a different paper and made it more friendly to use at the table. And then they take all the maps and take those all out as battle maps, so that they're really easy to use. Put a bunch of minis in there. They have cool things like Harper pins or Emerald Enclave this, or rings and different trinkets that have elements from the story in there. They've got monster cards, or maybe they call them something else, but game cards to the thing. So it might be a magic item or a monster card that are big, oversized pieces like this that the Dungeon Master can put up on the screen, over the top of their Dungeon Master screen, or just set them out on the table. But really just kind of taking all the cool visuals and the elements that have gone into the adventure product, and then finding fun ways to kind of make those bigger and more accessible to the whole table, and that's one of the things we think is really cool about what they're doing. So if you have not seen their website, check it out. So Beadle and Grimm, probably Beadle and Grimm's plural.com, is a great cool thing. It's a little on the higher price side, but you get a really great value out of it, and it's really for the whole table, for the whole adventure, and very bespoke, very high quality, and definitely worth checking out. So take a look at that. What else? What else is going on? Obo, what do you got? You got anything fun? Obo Crazy is DMing for some folks internally called Clerical Error. If you guys have not checked that out, I think they're in their 3rd or 4th episode this week, and it's a fun group. Although I don't know what days they do it on. Hopefully it's tomorrow, because Mr. Tito is gone. But check out that new show. That's a lot of fun. It's always fun to see Tito playing as opposed to DMing. It's fun to get Lauren DMing, and then I like seeing some different faces around the Wizard office, particularly Trick, who is for a long time from the Magic team, and in the last couple of years has really gotten back into D&D and having a lot of fun with 5th edition, like so many of you guys are. So that's pretty cool. What else? I heard there was some news. We have some good and bad news about Pelham Green. We are going to let go of Pelham Green, the contractor, and we are going to hire Pelham Green, the FTE. So for those of you who did not know that, there, I have spoiled it. Pelham Green starts next Monday as a full-time, long-running, going to be here forever until his beard grows long and white kind of employee. So yeah, For those of you who are worried that he might up and leave us at some point, he is now locked into a blood contract with the devils from the Nine Hells, and he is pretty much staying here forever. What else is going on? Someone said the spoils. I am saving all the spoils because we have Extra Life coming up, and I'm trying to write down all the good spoils. I got all kinds of things. I got new products. I got new product announces. I got dates. I've got places that they're going to be. People are always going to ask about settings, all kinds of stuff on that. People are going to ask maybe what Death Save's, new con exclusive is going to be for New York Comic Con. I don't know what that is, but I know they're going to have something. For those of you guys who have not checked out Death Saves, that is a Dungeons & Dragons inspired streetwear line that Joe Manganiello and DJ Dieselboy are collaborating on and working with a lot of cool artists, making some fun stuff. It's a very metal collection. If you're a 70s and 80s Dungeons & Dragons player but having a lot of fun in current 5th edition, this is probably in your wheelhouse. I've got one of the jackets and a couple shirts, and it's slick. They make really cool stuff, and obviously the art is amazing, and his love of D&D is unprecedented. So you know that he's doing it for the right reasons, which makes really cool apparel. And DJ Dieselboy is just cool stuff. If you look on the jacket and you see like the kanji at the bottom underneath St. Kargoth, you're just like, wow, I don't know why, but that totally works. And when I was talking about it, he's like, I don't know, it just felt like this kind of rock poster and felt cool. And it just kind of really, I think, captures a fun, snapshot of D&D that a lot of us appreciate. So if you have not checked out Death Saves, check it out. It is death-saves.com on the worldwide internet. And Extra Life asked for rumors on the barrier peaks. Can you expand on that? Let me go to my list here. Let me go to my list. Rumors of the barrier peaks. Event finished September 21. We're working on a special Dragon Plus adventure scenario to support Extra Life, and we need your help. Take a survey and submit rumors heard around local taverns around the mysterious barrier peaks. I have no idea what that means. Did I just spoil something? Holy smokes. Crap. Hey, Pelham, knock twice if I messed that up. Okay, knock once if you just are so excited about your new job that you don't want to get fired right away. All right, Pelham is not here to help me. Gosh, this is not working well. Okay, let me go back to the thing now. Oh, Adventures Outlined. How many of you guys have checked out Adventures Outlined? Coloring book, Todd James. Amazing stuff. And there is a person on Twitter who keeps posting and tagging Todd that is like the best colorer. Every sheet that they do is amazing, and I went and followed the link and clicked their link, and so the coloring book's only like $15 or maybe it's $16 on the coloring book, but this set of markers that the person has is like a $300 set of markers. So I'm like, wow, you are a serious colorer. But they are really nailing this, really good stuff. So if you have not checked out Adventures Outline, then you definitely should check it out. Todd James did the illustrations. Adam Lee put a story to it to have a fun little narrative that goes through the adventure. And it's real high quality paper. It's one image per sheet so that you can not worry about the pen leaking through onto another image. Really high quality. Great gift for anyone on your D&D list in the holiday season coming up. We also, for gift giving, have our core rulebook gift sets coming up. So those are the 3 core books and the DM screen, as you imagine, and a cool book slip case. We've got one for the widespread masses that is the original book covers, as you might have seen or whatnot, but kind of what we call zhuzhed up to look really cool with some foil treatments and some neat textures. And then we've got the alt cover set, which features original images by Hydro 74 and a really cool Dungeon Master screen and slipcase on that. So check those out if you go to our dnd.wizards.com products. You should be able to find out more information on those. Obo wants the Hydro 74 covers as posters. which reminds me, actually, I've got some of those saved. We've got some print sheets that came off the pre-press for that, where they're all laid out kind of wonky in there because it was, before they cut them. And so we're looking at maybe framing some of those and putting those up on the auction site or some kind of auction site that the money's going to Extra Life. So just that's going to be coming in some version or another. That was probably too much too. I always tell you guys too much stuff. What else is going on? Podcasts of Waterdeep. All episodes are now on Dungeon Delve, so there's a bunch of stuff there. There's a recent article on the website that's talking about the podcast of Waterdeep. It's North by Northquest, Dragon Friends, Taken Initiative, The Broadswords, Venture Maidens, Dungeon Drunks, You Meet in a Tavern, Drunks and Dragons, guest DM Lisa Chen, guest DM Aram Vardian, and that looks like it's it. Extra Life, November 3rd, we talked about that. I know that Bart has mentioned that a lot too, but last year we raised $90,000. Since 2013, we've raised over $380,000, and that's obviously all with your guys' help. The community, you guys are the ones who put the money in there. We try to have some fun ways and some fun rewards for you guys to reap the benefit on that, but at the same time, you're giving freely of your wallet for a charity and a donation. We know that what we're putting up there doesn't have the same value as the money that you're donating. You're donating because it is a charity and because it's something good that we believe in. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate all the work. I also really appreciate all the work the team's putting in to get exciting and fun stuff. Mike's doing his little crazy custom DM screens. If you've never seen it, he uses like a little half DM screen, tiny one that folds up and puts in his DM bag real easy. And then also, if he's on a live stream, it's not too high to block his face. And so it's pretty cool. And so he'll make custom ones of those. If you haven't checked it out, check out my Extra Life page. Starting probably Monday, I will release my full list of loot and the layers. I've got some fun ones. I definitely have some high price ticket items, but I think that you guys will appreciate the creativity and the uniqueness of them. So hopefully there'll be some cool ones on there. What else is going on? If you have not gotten the WizKids new line of minis, the Waterdeep Dragon Ice minis are out now, so that's cool. Dun, 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 dun. I have no idea. Art and Arcana Visual History from 10 Speed Press with Michael Whitwer, Kyle Newman, John Peterson, and Sam Whitwer is releasing October 23rd. There's a few different versions of that, so make sure you check it out to see if you want to get like the really cool special edition one with the Hydro cover and the crazy cool Tomb of Horrors historical look back, kind of con edition in there. Also, I think Barnes & Noble has a special one with a different colorware. So check those out before you pre-order, but definitely pre-order if you want it, because I have a feeling that is going to be a hot seller. Streaming schedule, you can check our site, our Twitch site, which you guys are watching Twitch, so you probably know what's going on there. But we've got a full lineup of Dragon Heist stuff going on right now. Today, obviously, we're doing the news with Greg Tito. Oh, Greg Tito's line name crossed out, and there's a skeleton with 2 bones, and my name is next to it. So that is D&D News with Nathan Stewart. Next up, 4 to 6 p.m. Oh wow, 4 o'clock. So we got a little bit of time. Chris Perkins is taking the Waffle Crew. Anna Prosser Robinson, Jared, I can never say his last name and I'm going to try, Nathan Sharp, Holly Conrad, and do we have any special guests? Oh yes we do. Special guest, Christina Ariel Tigner. And if you guys don't know Christina, number 1, she is awesome. Number 2, I think Matthew Lillard was just on a Geek News show with her on Twitch yesterday. I'm sure they were talking about the Platinum Box, because pretty much that is Matthew's life right now. But Christina's so much fun, such a sweet lady, really nice, fun cosplayer. Besides doing Sirens of the Realm stuff, she was obviously at the stream of Many Eyes in full regalia, and just all around cool person. I really love seeing her at events, and then checking out her cosplay. Fun stuff. So check her out, or follow her at Christina Ariel on the Twitter. Strix Chicken Foot Coven Contest. That sounds like someone's pranking me. I don't think there is a Chicken Foot Coven Contest, but if there were, then they'd be announcing the winners on this episode. Tomorrow, tomorrow, no clerical error. Okay, well, we'll cross that out. I don't know why there's no clerical error, so that's interesting. Wait, Obo, do you know why? You don't. Okay. No one knows. But what else going on? ACK Inc., the C Team. We're going to be hosting that tomorrow from 4 to 7. And our very own Kate Welch is on the C Team there. She just got back from Hawaii today, so I'm officially not talking to her because I'm jealous that she went to Hawaii and we were just here. Can Nathan just replace everything that isn't happening this week? Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm jumping in. All right. What else? What else is going on? Thursday, obviously, Critical Role will be in the evenings, but we've got Idle Champions, Waffle Talk, Trapped in the Birdcage with Holly Conrad, Encounter Roleplay will be on in the morning. And then Critical Role, obviously, 7 to 10. Matt Mercer is in the building this week, but we're going to let him go home in time to be there live for Critical Role. A lot of people have asked what Matt Mercer is doing in the building, and I will tell you that I'm not going to tell you. He was working on some crazy, cool Secret Squirrel stuff, like future story stuff, like way out there, way down the line. He is meeting with our top minds here to do crazy cool stuff, and I'm just going to take pictures of him around the office and share them out just to tease the interwebs net fans. Questions. Well, we normally don't take questions on the news program, but since Greg is not here, we will not tell him. Nathan, when are you going to run a game on stream? That is a good question. I don't know the official answer. The real answer is it's a big time commitment to run stuff on here, so it'd have to be a one-off. And what we're trying to do on the one-off right now is get we've got the finale of a game that I've been running here in the office for Liz Shue, Pelham Green, Ari Levitch, Bart Carroll, Greg Tito, and Shelly Mazanoble. So we've got that game that has been on hiatus for far too long, and they're pretty much like at the final boss battle. And we need to finish that. So I've talked about getting all those guys on for a stream, but it'd be a special one-off. So it'd be like finding the exact right time. But I like the concept. I just can't commit to the full episodes and stuff. My schedule is not my own. My schedule constantly gets hijacked from all the other folks in the building. I love the community. I love you guys. I love being able to have the direct connection with the D&D fans. I love my team. They are all amazing to work with, and anytime they let me be in one of their meetings and see the creative stuff they're doing, it inspires me. But unfortunately, my main job is to make sure that everyone can do their job, and that's because I sit in the board meetings and budget meetings and planning meetings and next year meetings and PowerPoint meetings, and do all that stuff to make sure that we're keeping the engine running underneath the deck on there, so I don't get to always come out and play. Nathan is D&D dad. All right. So I will do that. I will figure something out soon. Oh, hey, thanks, subscribers. Mighty Gwen, 8 months in a row. We're gonna have to do something special when someone hits a year in a row. Have we had anyone do that yet? Pelham, why don't you check the things and see what we're doing? Can we get a redo of War of Worlds? I don't know what that is. Oh, hey, Air Pirate CID. Man, I'm bad with these. Thank you. I really like that. Hey, have you guys ever noticed that Bart really has a voice for radio? I mean, he's doing the live streaming, and he's obviously a very handsome person. So I'm not saying like, oh, he's got a voice for face for radio. Like, he's not good looking or whatnot. But he has that voice. It's a very radio announcer voice. And I can do the voice, but like, I think he does it naturally. So here's my voice. Hello and welcome to Movie Phone, brought to you by American Express and your neighbors at Eastside Weekly. Why don't you just tell me the movie you'd like to see? Bart Carroll is now our #1 radio host. Rocking the beaches and shaking the shores. That's my radio voice. And I mean, it's passable, but it's not like Bart level good. So I think that we should just do like a pirate radio sometime and just give the mic to Bart and just do like a whole marathon. And I would listen to him for a while. I think it's very soothing. Anyway, what else? Do we have any more questions? Because I got to be honest, I looked at the rest of the news and I'm not reading any more news. So we got about 25 minutes to kill. You got me here. I've been known to spoil some things. I've been known to talk too much. I'm always happy to kind of talk about things about why we're doing or what the thoughts behind. You know, obviously there's an amazing team at D&D who does all the cool stuff. So almost none of it is me, but I get to help kind of guide the ship and get to know a lot of the stuff. So use me, abuse me. Yes, we'll do Waterdeep News Radio. Waterdeep News Radio with Nathan Stewart and Greg Tito. All right, Nathan's in, Tito's out. Please put question at the front of your question. Is there going to be podcasts of the Mad Mage? Stabby Rogue Games. I have no idea because Greg Tito has not told me. Bart Carroll has not told me, but I am guessing probably yes. The way we do it is we tend to kind of have like 3 major seasons or trimesters for programming that happens on the Twitch channel and tends to also kind of guide our podcast in general. And so those 3 seasons kind of tend to be around, you know, summer products and then the fall product and then, you know, spring is either a free-for-all or around the spring product. Now, with that being said, the summer and the fall sometimes can blend into each other. So it could just be a continuation of the Dragon Heist stuff. But Dragon Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage were designed to go together really well and be interchangeable to go in and out. So a lot of people might take the content from the Mad Mage and kind of just intersperse it with what they're kind of already doing and the other parts. So you might see like part 2s or continuations of. So I would expect to see some cool Dungeon of the Mad Mage stuff. All right. Question. Would you ever have people outside the office play D&D on the channel or DM? Yes, totally. I mean, so first of all, remember that we do this already with lots of our friends and, you know, kind of family on the channel. But whether it be, you know, Dark and Dicey or whether it be Girls Guts Glory, you know, those are folks that we have formed bonds of friendship with outside the office who are playing their games, but they don't work for D&D. You know, we've got a little bit of a relationship together to kind of give them some sneak peek at what's going on behind the scenes and give them some content and stuff. But we would always be on the lookout for other friends and family. The Rivals of Waterdeep are a great example. They're one of our newer groups that you know, kind of came through us having the streaming, and then we connected through Greg Tito. We've made it clear that we are looking to do some different variations, so we're always open to that idea. Now, if you are asking if we would have them DM on the channel playing with us here, that isn't the first thing we would think of, but we might do it for charity or something like that. Alice of Carroll, question, are we going to be getting any new Planescape stuff anytime soon? I will not answer spoilers like that right now for settings. I'm going to save all setting stuff for possible spoiling related to my donation tiers. So Alice of Carroll, I apologize. I will not answer that. Okay. Question, what is the first spell Pelham has to learn as an official wizard? That is a really good question, and I would say Mage Hand. And here is why. I love Mage Hand. I think Mage Hand is the funniest spell, especially for newer players, because Mage Hand sounds so cool. Like, you're going to do so much stuff with it. And then you start reading it and getting into it, and the weight that the Mage Hand can handle, and the fact that they have to have things, and they can't really just, like, magically do stuff with the hand. So I would make him learn that. Also, because, damn, I mean, seriously, if you're someone on the team and you can do Mage Hand, like, wow. So, yeah, we're going to go with Mage Hand on that. Question, any chance of a softback player's manual? Just Johnny, probably not. Softbacks are weird. The cost savings you get on a softback is really really minimal, but you have to charge a lot less because the perceived value is lower. Softbacks are a bad product to try and be in for what you're getting for it. So what we've tried to do is different versions. Obviously D&D Beyond, kind of puts the player's handbook on any device for you. So that's another version. But as a softback, if you're just trying to make it a little lighter, more portable to take to the cons or to your local game store, I totally get it. But it's not a very easy business model to figure out. Okay, question. When will you guest star on DCA? Ooh. Yeah. All right. I will put in a special request with Mr. Perkins and see if maybe towards the end of the year I can get a guest shot. I will put that on my list. Question. Any plans for level 20 plus content? Some plans. Most of the level 20 content will probably be really handled with Mike Merrills and Chris Perkins, a lot through the Adventures League, a lot through the Guild Adept and Dungeon Masters Guild. The reason behind that is because all the surveys and all the research that we do suggests that it is fairly limited, the number of people who get up to level 20 or want to play level 20 content. I myself don't have any characters that I have played up that far. I'm like a lot of people who kind of get up in that 6, 7, 8, and then they want to do a different build or a different character and try new stuff. So we will do it, but it will be small, and it'll be through some of our, kind of more risk-taking channels with partners and content creators that we're working closely with, but maybe not on a hardbound D&D product for the foreseeable future. Now, with that being said, Mike Merrills has run some really high-level live shows, especially with Joe Manganiello and then on the Founders and Legends. And I think that we'll be looking to do some more high-level fun content like that because it is cool to see shit going down at that level. So that's fun. Average player isn't playing at that level right now. Okay. Monty Beth, question, will you forgive me for hurting your feelings? I'd rather not make enemies with a wizard. Oh, Monty Beth, I've got much thicker skin than that. I was just teasing. I know that most people have a fondness for Greg Tito. He's a super sweet guy. I really like him. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who brought him into Wizards. We had a mutual friend. I knew that I was looking for a communication manager. Things were working out where he was leaving the old gig and was open to moving to Seattle from North Carolina. I'm good friends with his wife and his kids. And I just like to tease him, mainly because I'm jealous of all of his pretty hair. But totally forgive you for hurting my feelings because they weren't really that hurt. Are there plans to continue working with Beadle and Grimm in the future? Ghost of Alan. Yeah, totally. Beadle and Grimm, those guys are great. They're just getting off the ground now. The spirit of our arrangement with them is that it is a multi-year, long-term arrangement. We want to help them be successful. We think they're doing really cool stuff. We had talked about it and thought about how could Wizards do it, but the practicality is it's just too bespoke and it needs too many people focused on one very specific thing, and they have the ability to do that and the passion to do that. And so if we can't do it ourselves, then we often try and find partners who can give it the love and support that it needs to do to be successful with you guys. So we're going to work with them for the foreseeable future. Love what they're doing. They're already well into next year and even a little bit the year after planning. So things got a long path ahead of us. Dritz versus Legolas, who would win in a fight? Obviously, I'm Dungeons and Dragons guy. I'm going to say Dritz, but also, come on, seriously. I mean, dual scimitars, and I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings guy, but I don't even think I can never say his name right. Legolas has any magic, but Drow have innate racial magic abilities, so I just totally feel like Dritz would win that one. Do you prefer to be the DM or a player in a D&D game? I prefer to be the player, mainly because I don't feel... comfortable is not the right word. I just think as a DM, you have such a responsibility for kind of the fun of the whole group and keeping things going, and it's not natural to me. Like, I haven't DM'd a ton, so I think that I got to think harder and work harder to kind of deliver at the level that I think would be acceptable for the players, and kind of keep the energy going there. And so I'm just way more comfortable as a player, and that's because I like to have fun and really like to listen to people's storytelling and kind of lean in and partake, and it's fun. I like getting to people watch all the interactions at a table, and also it's fun trying to think of creative problem-solving ways to get through whatever's in front of us. And as a DM, oftentimes I think you're reacting to my problem-solving ways, as opposed to necessarily freestyling too much. So I've been DMing more, and hope to get better at it, but I prefer to be a player. Question: how do the storyline creators do their research when working on something new? Do they use a database of old adventure PDFs or physical book? Yeah, I mean, all of the above. We've got databases, we've got cupboards filled with books on there. We've got a lot of experts in the house. I've got a lot of people on my team that have been at the company for 10 and 20 years. When something comes up and we really want an expert on it, many times the original creators are still in our Rolodex. Like if we want to know something about the Forgotten Realms, we pick up the phone and call, at Greenwood, or we send carrier pigeon off to the tundras of Canada. But the point is, all of those, we have all those abilities, and we try to just do whatever it takes to get the best and most insightful information possible. Dritson down. Question: any update on the Artificer on D&D Beyond? Nope, no update on that. Although I do like the Artificer as well, and I've played a build of that and thought that was pretty cool. Moobot asked a lot of questions. No, Moobot seems like a robot. Question: what are the best level 1 campaigns for a large group of misfits? I'm not gonna lie, you just got to go with Dragon Heist. I think that the urban setting and the fact, and I don't want to spoil too much, but there's also rules in there for starting your own business. So I mean, I think if you guys are kind of a quirky group and just got some some fun in the group and you want to have some fun, starting with Waterdeep Dragon Heist is not a bad way to go at all. Question: any Tales of the Yawning Portal 2 on the planning? Yes. Question: Pelham, what arcane tradition are you planning on learning now that you are a wizard? Pelham, you can go ahead and answer that one yourself. Question: any potential future love for 2nd edition, either for tabletop or new video games? Not really. I mean, 2nd edition, I think that 5th edition has a lot of stuff that's very reminiscent of 2nd edition in there. But obviously with the creation of 5th edition, that's what we're putting all of our love and attention and energy into. But we try to not have the rules be kind of ever present. We try to capture the spirit of D&D that really would transcend whichever rules edition, especially when we're going into video games. I know if you play Baldur's Gate, it's very clear that it's 2nd edition rules. I thought that was a little too in your face with the rules. I'd like the feeling and the spirit of the rules to be there, but not necessarily the dice roll or the exact math from a particular edition. So the short answer is no, but the longer answer is, when doing video games, it shouldn't be a direct pullover of the tabletop rules. The tabletop rules were play tested and designed so that you could have fun at the table, but they weren't made for a video game setting. The spirit and the kind of elegance of 5th edition, I think, works really well when working with video game designers, but I wouldn't want to see advantage rolls in there, for lack of a better example. Okay, question. All these special guests in the Yawning Portal Bar in Waterdeep Dragon Heist, but Matt Mercer does not. Will he make a character sheet for his character? Well, I don't know. He's here. I will ask him to make a character sheet for his... We will work on that. Okay, just caught up on Dragon Talk on the VOD and been noticing the doll. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. How about old lines like Top Secret or Boot Hill? I don't know what the first part of that question was, but that is a good question for Shelly Mazanoble. So if you don't know Shelly Moo on the Twitter, definitely talk to Shelly. Question, what is Waterdeep's view on necromancy? Well, I think that really depends. Are you doing it in the privacy of your own home? Are you starting a business based on it? Do you have any powerful masked lords in your corner? Are the city guards seeing it? Are you doing anything to hurt the town of Waterdeep? Remember that there are the living statues that are great sentient guards. So I think it's a bigger question. I think you gotta really gotta give a lot more details around what and where it's happening. What I would say is Waterdeep is a big metropolitan area, and just like in New York, I mean, there's a neighborhood for everything. So I'm guessing that you can find some brethren who are into the necromancy with you, but be careful. Be careful. He's already a master of the white text cantrip. I like it. What with all the audio amplification? I don't know. Are we having technical difficulties? If so, I apologize. Question, any chance for a new updated Forgotten Realms campaign guide? I will not be spoiling anything like that until we do the Extra Life stuff. No worries. Thanks for answering. What are the best level one? Okay, I've seen that. Flash Fletch 33, what is your shirt? This is a Hydro 74 special. This is the Burning Cube, and this was specifically made for Joe Manganiello in his home campaign. That's the name of their bar. So if you have seen him on any of the late shows or heard him give any of the interviews where he's talking about a group of players where he's got a Comedy Central writer and movie executive and some friends from the Upright Citizens Brigade playing in a home campaign. In that home campaign, they basically like got all this money from some crazy drug deal that they busted up, took the money, killed all the people on the boat, ended up, I think, selling the drugs, so they like double made money on it, and they invested it in a tavern in Thyatus, and it's called the Burning Cube. So this is Joe and his adventuring party's bar, and this shirt is a Hydro 74 special creation for because I asked. So it's pretty cool. Okay. Thanks for subbing. Plans. Oh, I know. Tito's hair. What's your favorite feat in 5e? That is a good question. I'm trying to think of the feats. I could pull up my D&D Beyond. Let me answer that one on Twitter, just because I always play a rogue, and I go pretty standard on my build, but I've been doing some experimental stuff with the Artificer and getting some different things on the features and backgrounds. So let me look through and kind of give you what I would call my personal favorite as of right now. Question, has there been any consideration for a new D&D animated cartoon show? Yes, there has. I think now would be an amazing time. There's a lot of work that goes involved, but that's one of the things on my plate, and I will not rest until it is done. Perkins says he's something higher than 20. It's on a lore you should know video. Well, Perkins is a whole different story. Perkins is amazing. He's a robot, and Perkins is the new Chuck Norris as far as I'm concerned, so totally doesn't surprise me. Question, will we be seeing more hardcover settings inspired by MTG after Ravnica? Also, any chance of getting published adventures for them or opening them up on DM Guild Adepts? Those are really good questions. On the Magic the Gathering, it's a little bit of an experiment. We've got the product coming out in about 2 months, maybe a little less. And we need to see. We think that the adoption will be really good. We think the reception from the audience is going to be great, but we're going to play it a little bit by ear. So we got a lot of maybes in the works on stuff like that. What else? Such a potent nerd day. Today is National Comic Book Day. D&D Comics with Jim Zub have been great. The whole group responsible for fun. Yeah, I know. Elminster does not play by the rules. We definitely know that. Who owns the D&D Beyond website? I think that's a trick question. D&D Beyond. If you're asking who owns D&D Beyond is a product that's made under license with Wizards of the Coast. The company who creates it is called Curse Media. Curse Media is owned by Twitch. Twitch is owned by Amazon. So it's a whole litany of string. But the fine folks who work on it are out down in the southeast part of the state. Adam Bradford, or Bad Eye Adam, runs the team down there, and they work really closely with us. But that's part of the Curse Media family. I've always wondered why WotC hasn't pursued official paper miniatures. Seems like you could do cool MTG type booster packs with things put at a lower price point. Yeah, you know what? The Printable Heroes question is good. You know, we look at that a lot. We've made different papercraft things like that for different cons and one-offs. But in terms of having it for a full product line out there, yeah, we've been busy. We've been growing the team, and we've been building new stuff and doing new things. We haven't really been able to go too far down on the list of trying new crazy stuff because we've got so much worlds and content and partnerships that we're looking on a different front. So we haven't gone fully down the list of things we could do. That's on the list. I don't know if it'll happen at some point, so we'll check it out. Who is a real-life person that you would like to create a D&D character based off of? Oh, wow, that is an interesting question. I don't know. That is going to require a little thought for me. And I keep going thinking of real life people, and then I'm like, no, that's a fictional character from a book. You just think of it in your real life outside of the fantasy setting. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get back to that one, but I like the question. I'm going to do a whole show where we just ask weird questions like that. Axis of Anarchy, why is Nathan on my screen instead of Tito? Because Greg Tito is being punished. He is outside washing my car. Question, do you think 5e 2-weapon fighting is lackluster when compared to other fighting styles? I don't run a lot of martial weapon characters, so I don't know from experience on that, on the dual weapon stuff. So I apologize, I don't have an answer. I'm going down. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, Axis of Anarchy, why are you so awesome, Nathan? Honestly, because I get to hang out here and talk with you guys, and it's so fun. Question, since DCA has GIF in it, are there plans for Spelljammer? The answer is, John File, no, we're not making Spelljammer. Quit spreading that rumor. With that being said, I have played in a home game with Chris Perkins where it was really Spelljammery, and it was pretty cool, pretty fun. So never say never, but we're definitely not spoiling anything like that right now. Question, would WotC consider an East Coast office? Technically, I guess if we had an East Coast office, we would probably hole up somewhere in the Hasbro office, because Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro, and Hasbro's based out of Rhode Island, so that's a big firm maybe. But honestly, if we're being truthful about the question, I'm more like, darn it, do we need an LA office right now for all these great streaming and personalities and partners that we have down in LA? So that would be personally where I'd be looking first, but who knows where we would go. I think that, you know, international expansion and different things might be, you know, more the place, but who knows? All right, I've got about one more question because Pelham is pounding on the wall. So Chris Perkins is a robot. That is confirmed. Are there plans for any new 5e D&D video games? So Gift Nova, if you're asking if there's any plans for any new D&D video games based off of all the things you're seeing and loving now, the answer is yes. 5e, kind of. Again, the rules should be in the background, but we have some fantastic plans which I will not be sharing now, but I promise you, hard at work. Good stuff. Yes, and we will blame Tito for anything that I've messed up today. With that being said, Pelham, were we supposed to give something away? And if so, did Obo Crazy already do it? And also, question here, which is chicken soup for the Soulmonger. a legit release. If not, it's going to be now. So that is fantastic. Oboe, let's give away something and then kick it over to Dice Camera Action. And Chris Perkins, this is my request today. Please, please do not kill any of the Dice Camera Action crew today. The Waffle crew deserves to live today. If you have to kill anyone, make it be Anna, not Christina, because she's a guest and we treat our guests nice. So again, Chris Perkins, you're awesome. Have fun watching Dice Camera Action. Everyone win the loot or do the things or however Oboe's giving something away here. But I will let her do that, and then we'll kick over to Dice Camera Action where Chris Perkins will try not to kill anyone today. Is that all we have? Are we good, Pelham? Give me a couple knocks if we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for Greg Tito, I'm Nathan Stewart. This has been part of your D&D news and part of just me talking to the camera. Have fun. I'll talk to you guys soon.